happy fall equinox. It is officially moving into fall. So today is equal daytime, equal nighttime, equal time between sunup and sundown. And so after today, we'll start to move into fall where we have more darkness, a little bit more evening, a little bit more nighttime, I guess, where we just start to move into a slower season. And I have to be honest that I am very, very excited about that in general. And usually I actually feel a little sad around this time as we start to move into fall, just because I know, oh, summer's over. But for some reason this year, I am super excited, and I just feel like this is such good timing for all of us to fall back into a rhythm and to just feel that comfort of moving into a slower time, a slower season, a little bit cooler, just starting to move that slow transition into just fall. So what I thought for our lifestyle text today is to let you know that every Saturday I go to the farmer's market as much as possible, or I visit local farms each week to try to get as much local produce as works for our family. And so I thought what might be interesting is for you to see what I chose at the farmer's market this time, to tell you what farms that I frequent and to give you some inspiration. And I thought after I show you the ingredients that I chose this week, you could tell me what you're most interested in, if there's a specific ingredient that you want to know what I did with it or what I'm going to do with it this week, and I will I'll tell you or show you or send you answers to whatever questions you have about that. So I go to the Rockford Farmers Market, and I always visit Full Hollow Farm. They're located in, I think their address is Belding or Lowell. It's either Belding or Lowell, but right down that way. And you can go to the farm, but they're often at Fulton Street Farmers Market and Rockford Farmers Market. And they also do a CSA with multiple pickup locations. So community supported agriculture, you can pay the farm for produce in advance, and then weekly you get whatever the farm has grown that week. So Full Hollow Farm, I picked up arugula. So I love arugula, nice and bitter. It definitely stimulates liver, and now is a great time to stimulate your liver. I also picked up spicy greens mix. So it's just a blend. It also has some arugula in it, I see. But a blend that also is a little more spicy, a little more bitter, very stimulating to circulation and to liver specifically. I picked up some beautiful parsley. I picked up dill. The dill smelled so good, I couldn't resist. I did want cilantro, but by the time I got there, they were all out. These are butter turnips. They're or salad turnips, often you see them. They're delicious. You can also use the greens. I picked up a beautiful head of broccoli. So all of this is fresh and in season, local, organic. I picked up their lovely cherry tomatoes. They put them in this bag for me so that I could not squash them, right? So these beautiful cherry tomatoes, they're so sweet. So right now, cherry tomatoes and peppers, they've really been all harvested. And so you want to get those as soon as possible because pretty soon they're going to be out of season. I also picked up just some red skin potatoes. And those are really hearty, nice and grounding for this time of year, especially as we start to move toward fall. So I visited them. And then I also visited Grit and Grace, which do microgreens. And the owners of Grit and Grace, the husband also works at Rebel Farms. So I also made a stop at Rebel Farms and got fresh eggs. And then I got some farm fresh meat, which is all grass-fed, locally raised, and humanely treated. And so I got this. This is called their Brassicas blend, and it has some broccoli and brassica microgreens. I got pea shoots, which we were just talking. Pea shoots can be pretty strong flavor, but I think they're delicious. And I got just the straightforward microgreen broccoli blend, which is also one of my favorites. So they have a few different options. They also have a radish microgreen blend. And I love using those for quick lunches. I add them to everything, to eggs, to lentils and quinoa and all kinds of things. And I just eat it for lunch, and it's so delicious. You can eat them by themselves too. And then I stopped at Microcephals. something like that, garden, which does all mushrooms. And one of my favorites is this beautiful lion's mane mushroom. And this one I have not tried before, but it's called beartooth mushroom. And he said it's very similar in flavor to the lion's mane, but just a little bit different texture. So that one's gonna be really fun to try. This lion's mane is really nice. You can just saute it, and it kind of comes out like if you eat any kind of like pulled or shredded meats. It's sort of like that, and it's really hearty and delicious. So those are the items that I picked up this week. And I also picked up apples, a ton of apples from Third Leaf Farm. So if you've been to the studio, their Honeycrisp apples are there for you to try. But they also are doing pre-orders that you can pick up on Friday, and you can go pick at the farm. They don't have another U-Pick scheduled right now, but you can always let me know or reach out, and they will let you know if you can go a different day besides pre-order. So those I got. So all the farms I'll list in your text message. And then also, if you have questions, or if you can choose one ingredient you want to know more about, or what I did with it, what am I doing with my arugula this week, what am I doing with my spicy greens mix or my microgreens or whatever, tell me what you're most interested in so that I can tell you what you want to know, and hopefully we can inspire each other to eat more locally, fresh, more nourishing foods that are really intentional. And that's what I try to do. I get this fresh produce because I know it's needs to be eaten right away, and that helps keep me on track. And it also feels just really, really good to nourish my body in the right way, and helps keep me away from just grabbing foods that are going to actually pull me in the wrong direction. So I hope this feels inspiring, and I hope you have about 4 more weeks probably to visit the farmer's market to get what you want. There's also the opportunity to visit the farm store in Ada at Green Wagon Farm, and support our local farms. They're the ones that are supporting our ecosystem, really. They're keeping our soil nourished. They're going away from pesticides, regenerating the earth, and that is where the air that we breathe, the lungs of the earth is the soil. And that's why I really want to encourage you to support the local farms, regardless of if they're more expensive than going to the grocery store. The foods that you're getting from the local farms actually have nutrients in them. They've not been radiated. They've not added things to keep them longer on the shelf. They're local. You're getting it literally from them pulling it. You have it in your hands within a day or so, and that there's a lot to say energetically about that. And so really just doing one shift at a time, shifting into eating locally, or even considering visiting a farm store or a farm or getting a CSA over the winter. Now's the time as we move into fall to just find out more about it. You can ask me questions, and I don't know everything, but I can help find you the resources. Okay, I hope this feels inspiring for your lifestyle today. And I'd love to know what you want to know more about, so I can let you in a little bit deeper into my philosophy and how you can adapt into living more of a live unprocessed lifestyle. Have a great autumn equinox, a great day, and I hope to hear from you soon.